Episode 9 is said to have many different twists and turns, as well as surprises in this film by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one aspect of Episode 9 that a lot of people are really looking forward to seeing in this movie are, of course, the paths of Rey and Kylo Ren, and exactly where these characters are going to end up being by the very end of this movie. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art, and storyboard descriptions, etc. One of which has all to do with the moment between Rey and a new character that is said to be Rey's padawan / apprentice at some point in time in Star Wars Episode 9. Specifically, a description of Rey on a grassy world with a large sunset in the background, where a Jedi temple is seen in the form of a silhouette. It's described that Rey and a young boy in a Jedi uniform that is primarily colored white, where his cloak is seen on the grass behind him. It's described that Rey is kneeling in front of the boy, who appears to be around the age of 11 and is said to be Rey's apprentice. It's said that the boy has a deep resemblance to Rey, where the sequence is described as Rey's lesson to Zane. The character has medium-length black hair that is wavy and has pale skin. Another description involves Rey standing in front of the boy, where he is wielding Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber that is ignited, where the scene is described as Zane wields the Skywalker legacy. However, it's said that the boy has a saber of his own on his belt that appears to be similar to Kenobi's, where Rey also has a new hilt on her belt as well. So I want to go over a couple of parts about this and why this definitely does connect to what we heard during the summer of 2018. You guys may recall that a young boy was cast for Star Wars Episode 9 that was around the ages of 9 to 11 years old that actually had black hair. This absolutely ties directly in with what we heard months and months ago. So for the longest time, we've been talking about this character, and now this character is actually dubbed as Zane. So Z-A-Y-N-E, and if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure, if you guys want to correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure that there was a character in Legends during the Old Republic era named Zane. So this could yet be another way that J.J. Abrams is using Legends material as a form of inspiration for this movie. So, as far as this sequence goes, alright, the dead giveaway for me that this is indeed Rey's new Jedi Order is that it's actually described that this is taking place on a grassy world with the sunset in the background, where a large Jedi structure is seen in front of the sun, making the structure appear to be in the form of a silhouette, which then transitions over to a sequence in which we have Rey kneeling down in front of the young boy, where the outfit of the boy named Zane is actually said to be primarily white, where the cloak is actually seen on the grass in the background. So this whole entire sequence, I'm getting vibes from Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, where Qui-Gon Jinn picks up a young Anakin Skywalker to be a Jedi. And you can really see how JJ is kind of creating these little parallels here. Now, what do I make about this scene? Do I think that this takes place in the second or third act of the film? I'm starting to believe that this may very well be an epilogue, and what I mean by all of this is that this could absolutely be a scene that takes place either at the very, very end of the movie, I'm talking about the final frames of the film, or J.J. Abrams could really do something very unique for a Star Wars movie, where it's actually going to be a mid-credits or end-credits scene that basically gives us a little bit of an idea of what the future looks like after the Skywalker saga, even though Disney and Lucasfilm have actually said on their website that this is the end of the Skywalker saga for good. So, I think that when we're looking at all of this, this is Disney and Lucasfilm's way of insurance here, if they ever want to go back to the Skywalker saga and continue on that legacy. So with this character in particular, the fact that this character is actually described to be very similar to Rey, alright, appears very similar to her, and I think that there's another hint here that this could very well be Rey's child / son or something around those lines. Now, we've been going over this boy for a very long time, which by the way now is dubbed as Zane. So this Zane character eventually wields the Skywalker lightsaber, where the sequence is described as Zane wields the Skywalker legacy. So that's yet another piece of good news, is because, well, it pretty much tells us that the Skywalker saber will live on, and this is not only a great way for Rey to actually, hand over the Skywalker saber to somebody else, but it's also a great way to let fans know that the Skywalker legacy will live on, regardless after the Skywalker saga ends by J.J. Abrams. So, with that being said, we do know that Disney and Lucasfilm are currently focused on the new Star Wars trilogy, which is going to be made by the creators of Game of Thrones and is said to be based within the Old Republic. So, with that being said, this could absolutely be Disney and Lucasfilm's way of basically if they ever wanted to go back and continue a trilogy that takes place after Episode 9. And I think a smart way to do things is to really base it off of the Legacy comics, which continues the Skywalker saga. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think about this whole entire sequence. This sounds very amazing. I gotta say, this character Zane and how it's described as being Rey's apprentice / padawan in Episode 9. Let me know what you think about all this below in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.